fucking racing. It's been a while. Real pumped up, real amped up. We got this race here, Tour of Japan, round 1 at Suzuka Circuit. And just going to start out brief introduction. We got our boy Fred here and Seamus, Spoon Sports team, racing for yours truly, Eastwood. At the Spoon Sports team, we got Flairing and Illusion Toyota. And those are going to be the two main players for today's festivities, but it's going to start right off. The main battle is going to be between Flairing Aces and Fred Nolasco. We're going to see some interesting things pulled off here, but first off, I just want to get this first move right here was so. I just really want to highlight this right here. Gets a good start. Neck and neck. You can see every gear shift. He creeps up a little bit though. But look at this. Hold on. Just gotta go back. I'm gonna pause it right there. This guy Fred Nolasco is a fucking madman for trying to move like this, but this is also the type of energy I like to see. It's way on the outside. I mean, he had to. Okay, if you see the subtle, you can see the subtle push to the left as he tries to adjust line mid entry on the corner. So gets on the green AstroTurf. Now, if anybody knows about that green AstroTurf on at Suzuka, like that, while turning, while the tires are under load, is almost always an instant spin. But look what he does here. Just gets right off of it somehow. Puts more brake on. Like, he really almost stuck this move lap 1 of the race off the outside like that on cold rubber. I mean, has to back out. You know, car gets a little squirrely after he gets off of that AstroTurf. Has to back out, but for him to almost pull that move off is pretty amazing. So shout out to Fred. But the battle's gonna go on. Now Flairing has the upper hand. Flairing's gonna take it, put him into the dirty air. He's gonna be in clean air, and he's gonna just set the tone. So Flairing's doing, a good job doing that, and he's gonna keep Fred at bay for a little bit. But Fred is gonna stay persistent. He's gonna get some pretty good lap times overall in the first stint, and that's gonna kind of help him get an undercut a little bit later on. We'll probably fast forward to that a little bit after this, but just keeping the pressure on Flairing Aces. No thoughts, no nothing, just on the move. A teammate right behind for a little bit of coverage, but he's getting pressured by I Hate Tryhards of the Unstable Stallions team, with Chiron closely behind. So Seamus, while he is trying to catch back up to his teammate, he's a little bit busy, preoccupied right now, as he has two people kind of hunting, gunning for him in the top 5 split. And then we got our guys in the back from the 6 and on, kind of fighting it out right now. Sponge Trico of Astra Midori team. Illusion starting out on the medium tires for this stint. Already has front ring damage, so he's going to be a little bit off on the lap times. Going to get a slight push from behind as Sakyamoto tries to enter the fight as well. So Illusion fighting with damage. Not a good spot for him to be in. Seamus trying to defend right now against 2 separate teammates. Oh, a high Triars is going to go off on a spin right there. That's just all she wrote right there for him. He was in the top 5 split, puts himself, he knows, and I'm just, pause right there. One spin, he's off 6 places behind. Heavy damage was on, so you see how he didn't just jump onto the track. He gave himself, he had to let all the other competitors pass by, or he would have caused at least a 4-car pile up if he went on track. So shout out to him for not being an asshole and going just jumping on the track after his spin. But let's get it back up, Fred and Flairing Aces, because that's the battle we want to see. So Fred gonna be still putting pressure on. Nothing too crazy, and it's just amazing that he's able to drive with this degree of focus, just starting out, really putting pain in another purple sector as well. So and 139 first lap, which is very respectable. Yeah, we're going to see him, I think in the coming laps, we're going to see him get a good pass on Flaring, and we'll kind of call that out as well as we go on here. Starting off good through the bowl, carrying a lot of speed through the bowl. I mean, on the soft, not even super softs, just on the softs, and a lot of good pace. But I think lap 3 is where we get the continuation of this. So I'm just going to fast forward just a little bit. Another purple sector for Fred as he goes through there. I think he's going to run purple as soon as he crosses the line as well. 136, 137 on the board. Okay, it doesn't go purple, but gets that 137. He's still gaining gap. And now you can see he lowers the gap just a little bit. Flaring's getting a little sideways through there, trying his best to carry speed through the S's. And you can see Fred not going out as wide there on his S's, kind of just staying out the realm of that dirty air. So if that wasn't on purpose, I mean, greatness, if it was, even greater. And we're going to see Flaring here just go a little bit wide there. And that's going to give Fred the opportunity to go for it. So Fred's going to go for it right now. Goes for the move on the inside. Clean. Pushes him out just a little bit. Now, because we got to see this from all angles, man. There's little subtle nuances that you got to get. So goes around. He can see Flaring setting up. Flaring looks like he's going to be setting up to take the corner with a nice wide apex. So he's going to be going around to go set that up. Fred's going to see this. And he knows now Flaring's about to start cutting over now. But as soon as he starts cutting over, now he has to worry about a car there. Because he wants to hit that apex that's where the red and white sausage is. So let's go back on Flaring real quick. You can see. Gets a little wide there. He loses sometime there, whereas Fred gains sometimes. So that's why you've seen the gap close up like that. But boom. So right about here, if you're in racing in third person view, you know, if you're racing in third person view, you can see somebody right. If you're not, then it's even worse. Because as soon as you go to turn in, like if you were in first person, as soon as you go to turn in, you see that. And I'm sure if you were in third person view, if you're going to turn in, you would have seen it even earlier. So he now can't aim at that red and white curb that he would have wanted to. So now he has to adjust, gets pushed back off a little bit. He has to push off a little bit because he can't turn in now. And that was just going to be a spectacular move. Fred gets out of there, puts the power down, and he's completely off that. So I think maybe Flaring should have, I don't know, maybe held a tighter line. We can watch that one more time. Held a tighter line on there. Let's see. Yeah, because if he would have closed off, I mean, if I was Flaring, maybe take the middle line, knowing that. Because at this point, you see the gap start to close up. You know he's pulling up. You ain't stopping that. But maybe if he would have tried, because he looks like he tried to take the more traditional line. And I'm thinking maybe if he would have parked his car in the middle, that kind of would have threw Fred's plans off a bit. Because I think if Flaring has his car in the middle, Fred, now that he swung so far left, he would have to now adjust for that. So now if I'm in the middle as Flaring, now Fred can't break deep because he already knows I'm in the middle, so I'm going to be cutting around sooner. So Fred would have had to break even deeper, and then he would have been way too slow around the apex, and then you would have been kind of muscle around him a bit, just kind of trying to mess up his line a bit. But now you're the one with your line getting compromised. Just having a good scrapping there. Just get out of my way. I'm coming through. There's nothing you could do about it. And that's what he does. And then, after lap 3, Flaring doesn't really have an answer for that as he gets in the dirty air. Now he has to focus on keeping his front end together. So, and then we see, as we skip forward here, I'm just going to skip forward to now the pit, because this is another key play in this thing here. This was another key play. Still behind him. I think lap 12. So lap 12, Fred's going to pit lap 12. He's going to put himself in the pit lap 12. This is crucial here now because he had the advantage too. He said, I built up enough gap where, you know, I'm going to be good if I go into the pits early. I'm going to take the pit stop early. Takes the pit stop early with 14 liters. Puts a new set of softs on, looks like, I believe. And gets some fuel in there. He doesn't fill up all the way. I'm pretty sure he had an understanding of, you know, all right, if I pit now, I still got Flaring still has to worry about Seamus a bit, and I'm going to be able to get out the next lap ahead. So we're going to go back to Fred here. We're going back to Fred real quick. We're just going to run it back, run it from the next lap on, like lap 13. All right. This was a crucial play here. Flaring into the pits. Fred's on the overtake, trying to make it pass. Puts out a good outlap. The outlap was crucial because he knew. And there he goes. As soon as he seen Flaring. Hold on. Let's just go back to that. Coming out the pit. As soon as he sees Flaring, he's on the boost. Flaring, he knows Flaring has to respect the white line. He sees he has the trajectory for it. I mean, just a beautiful pass around him. Like, just no concern for Flaring's well-being as far as his feelings there. I mean, and Flaring has nothing. Flaring has to respect it. He's coming out of pit lane. He just had the speed limiter on. He's picking up speed again. Has to respect it. But Fred to be that daring to know he's going to be able to go around outside there. Beautiful move by Fred to take back to position after doing the undercut. Gets back to position. Sponge is in front right now, but Sponge hasn't stopped yet. He's on a late strat, and he's gonna get the lead back. And he basically keeps the lead for the remainder of the race as Flaring struggles to kind of find an answer for him here. So a good couple plays by Fred to really secure that P1 for round one of this here series. So shout out to Fred, and that'll be it for this breakdown. We'll go into another couple people from this race and then kind of finish this up. But for this key battle for first place here, those were the moves that kind of made that happen. So congrats to Fred for that P1 on the inaugural round of TOJ. And yeah, that's it. I'm out here.